Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Houston Kilby YouTube channel, and I am Houston Kilby, and this is a full metal goat back here behind us. And boy, do we have a hectic episode for y'all today. This is going to be an update video on the GTO, getting this thing ready for Street Car Takeover. And boy, do we have so much work to do. The list is like piling up. Oh, it's bad. So let's jump on into this here, so you guys can see the problems we got going on, and nothing like an air compressor going off in the background. All right, so let's talk about the first problem. You guys just got to see the episode of us installing the front windshield and how that turned out. It turned out pretty good, but there's about to be a problem we'll talk about that I'm extremely torn on what to do. You guys comment down below on what your thoughts is on it. Again, I like the way it turned out. I think it looks great, and it's going to work great for us for a while. But there's a situation I'm going to talk about and get y'all's opinion on. So let's move on back to the back here. A lot of y'all commented on the side glass, what to do on it. And I've done a little bit of a mix of in between two things. We put the border around the outside and left it right in here so you guys can see that it's still a hard top car. This is not a post car. I wanted to try to leave the to leave the hard top look to it somehow or another. I had to put this brace back here in the back side of this in the concerns of when wind hits this side window right here, that it tries to break the window out of it or pull it out. And really fast cars, they've got that problem. So you got to be careful there, and that's why that is there. And I'm happy with that. That looks okay. I was hoping this would look a little bit better here, but I think it still looks pretty good. I'm not complaining too bad there. All right, so let's move on back to the back window back here. All right, so this is where the nightmares of when you're a picky person begin. Okay, so this is the original glass. This is the original chrome, okay? You guys can see it in there. Actually, this chrome is in pretty good shape. It's just really dirty, and it only has 2 dents in it right here. Okay, so that's what the glass originally looks like in these hot rods. Now, it's not pinned down or anything. It's just sitting in there. I don't have it clamped in or anything like that. The glass is just sitting in there too. So this is the problem. If I was to put Lexan in here, and I will one way or another, I felt like there was only 3 options that you could do with this. All right. The first option is you put the Lexan where it mounts up like right here on this edge, and it tapers down and it goes into this edge, okay? And you guys can see a black line where that would kind of be at. So again, it'd be like right there and taper down into this, all right? That's one option, and the thoughts of that is when the wind is coming off the car, back here it has a smooth transition on into the back of here. Okay, it's a boat, it's a land yacht, I get it. Thinking about wind, really and truly, what's the point when you've got this un-aerodynamic of a car? But it is a thought, okay? Because of when you got the wind coming off of it on the back of it back here, it's going to hit a wing back here in the back, and you got to be careful here. So I'm just trying to think on several things here right now. Okay, so the second way of doing it is taking your Lexan and sinking it all the way down, just like how it is right now, and figuring out a way to reuse your chrome that's in here, all right? And that would be the best way to do it if you wanted to seal it up real good, because we could still put a rubber seal behind it or glue or something like that to seal off the inside of the car so we wouldn't have to worry about any water leaks or anything like that. All right, so that's the second option. The last option is, and some guys I've seen this done, but I'm not a fan of this look, you can have the Lexan go the full border of the window and it goes all the way down to the trunk, okay? I don't like that. That's the most aerodynamic look, okay? I don't like it. I think it then turns it into looking like a completely different car, and it takes away from the GTO look. That's just my personal opinion on it. So, in my opinion, there's really and truly only 2 ways I can do this. We either put it where it sinks in like right there on the edge, and it goes down in here to this edge to give it the similar look of like what the front windshield has, You guys can see how this looks. Or do we try to sink the new Lexan all the way down, just like how the glass is right here, and put the original chrome back on it, and maybe put some trick race car tabs over the chrome that bolt in and out, so when we're going so fast that it don't rip the chrome off of it, okay? So that's a big issue. At certain speeds, the old school clips that's on these chrome trim molding pieces, whatever you want to call it, at certain speeds, they'll rip off, okay? So especially on the front one up there, okay? And that's why you see a lot of guys take them off because of that. But the chrome does look pretty cool on here, and I have seen a lot of salt flat cars and even newer drag cars and stuff. People are putting like little tabs on here that's welded onto the body that will retain the chrome. So in case if the clip does fail, wind won't get behind it and rip the chrome off, and now you got chrome that's on the track, which ain't cool. So that's a major problem I got right now. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, and I'm telling y'all right now, it won't bug me not one bit to, once we're ready to powder coat the car here, hopefully this winter, to cut all these tabs back off. I won't have not one problem with that, and sink the window down and put the original chrome back on it and still have a Lexan window. I'm telling you, I'm very torn on what to do here. The whole thoughts on that is I'm just thinking ahead here. I won't keep water out of the car. We will do street stuff with this in the future, and yeah, I don't want to get caught in the rain at all, but sooner or later, you'll accidentally get caught in the rain, and you don't mean to. And this type of window, the way I've got this made, it'll leak. It'll leak really, really bad, and water will get behind there. But again, guys, I'm torn on this. I don't know what to do. This is race car problems. It just is as you're building something. But so I've got to get this back window put in it. I'm torn on what to do right now. I may build it to match the front for right now, and do that method like what I was talking about. And the Lexan is sunk down in here, and it mounts down in here in this edge. I will never cover the whole thing, by no means. I want to keep this GTO look to it. And then later on, if I'm really, really stuck on wanting to get the chrome back on it, we can cut those tabs off and we'll put the chrome in there. I'm torn. I'm torn, guys, on what to do. I really, really am. That's why I haven't finished this just yet. Okay, so that's the first problem I'm working on, and I've got to get this done before the event. All right, second problem. All right, let's look at some of this junk laid out here on the fender here. When you got a big car and it's got flat panels on it, it turns into a workbench. That's just how it is. Okay, so this is like a little Holly pump. Okay, it's an electric pump. All right, and what I'm wanting to do is I need to prime my fuel rails. Okay, when I go to first start this thing up, what happens is the mechanical pump that's all the way down there, it has to fill up this fuel filter, it has to fill up all these lines, and it has to fill up the fuel rails before the motor will start up. So what happens is on the first crank of the day, you got to turn the motor over, turn the motor over, turn the motor over, and then it'll finally fire up. And all the problem is there's just no fuel pressure up here in the fuel rails. So we got to get fuel up there so the first start of the day is not killing my starter and wearing the battery out. So my thoughts is we're going to use this little priming pump. It'll have a filter on it, and it'll also have a check valve on it. Okay, I'm going to plumb this thing in either in right here in this T or in the fuel rail, one of the two. Okay, and it'll get fuel from the fuel cell and pump it and fill this thing up here. All right, I'll put it on a switch, I'll turn it on. As soon as I see fuel pressure come up on it, and it's got a electric fuel pressure gauge in it, and this is a mechanical gauge. So as soon as this thing gets pressurized in here and I see it in there on the dash, turn the ignition on, boom, we start the car up. All right, guys, got this thing getting really close to being really, really good and fitted right there. We're getting it really, really close. That's what I was talking about. I'm getting that edge right there. That's what we're going to go with for right now, and how that looks, just to keep a ball rolling here. And hopefully I didn't mess up real bad. Y'all see a scratch right here? I peeled back some of the skin. I think it's gonna be all right, but I'm worried about that. It looks like it's pretty deep in some spots, but we will see. We will see. Man, this piece has been fighting me. There is, seriously, so far in that, where you guys see it, there is 5 hours in that, just where you see that right there. The front one, it took 8 hours to do. That's how many hours it's in that right there. Crazy. To get it fitted and to fit as tight as what that is. That's how long it took for the first one. Now, if we ever bust it out or break it, you know, now we've got that one as a template to go off of. It'll be a lot quicker to build the next one, but Lord, building the first one and trying to get the first one to fit takes a long time. Let's keep on rocking, guys. Guys, it is time to peel the tape off this deal, and I don't know if it's on this side or if it's on the other side. I think it's on the other side. There's a pretty bad scratch in it. Oh Lord, after getting it all done, I scratched it over there. Ain't that something? But anyways, I don't know if that film that's on it protected or not, but it's like one of those it's gonna be close. So let's peel this side off here. It's always kind of very soothing to see when you go to peel this off. So see what this looks like here real quick. Oh, stuff didn't come up with it. I have to get a razor blade. Alright, there we go. This so satisfying right here. Tape line doing pretty good so far. Always these corners that like to do a little weird. So far so good. Oh yeah, looking good. Oh, very nice. Alright, let's flip it over and get it on. Oh, we got so lucky. Oh my goodness, we got so lucky right there. We're gonna peel it off. There's like one little scratch over here and one little one over there, just barely. But I'm okay with that. It was such a bad gash in that plastic right there, it's not even funny, so I'll take that. We got very lucky, and that, my friends, is looking slick. I need to go ahead and put the nuts and bolts in it, and we'll be rocking and rolling. But check it out right there, we looking fancy now. It's got the windows in it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Don't forget to go over to KillerMotorsports.com, where we've got all kinds of merch over there and all kinds of high performance products as well. And definitely a big shout out to our sponsors and partners. Till next time, you guys have a good one.